Welcome back to my channel. It is Krista here to do the extended monthly forecast for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the month of July 2018. I hope that you enjoyed your June reading. I love hearing from you, so if you ever have comments about what those readings meant to you or how they panned out for you, please let me know. There will be a link in the description box for you as well with regard to detailed information about the 6 planets that are in retrograde simultaneously this summer. That you might find there's some energy upset, or things feel like they're on repeat, or there's too much deja vu, or something's just a little off and you can't put your finger on it. See if you find any helpful information at that link that I'll add for you as well. This is a general reading for all Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Whatever is most prominent in your life, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. And as always, I hope that you find them helpful and healing. I did take a little mini vacation here at the beginning of July, so I apologize for your readings for the month being a teeny bit late, so thanks for your patience. All right, let's get into focusing on what Virgo needs to know for the month of July. I'm excited for you, Virgo. What does Virgo need to know? Wow, okay. All right, a little slippy. Let's get these guys back in the deck. We did have those two appear. Gorgeous, gorgeous cards. A big mystery here, and the 10 of Pentacles, which is physical stability, financial stability, family, perhaps even body, perhaps even some healing. 10 of Pentacles is an extremely wealthy card, no matter what it's applied to. It is a pentacle, so it's the 5 senses. But as we all know, our inner world reflects our outer world, and of course our outer world reflects our inner world. So if you have a lot of stability in your environment, Virgo, this is going to lend itself to a great deal of peace within yourself. So I'm really happy to see those little cards peek out. And of course the High Priestess is a mystery. It's a mystery. It's a lot of potent spiritual energy. Perhaps you could be doing some Wicca or occult work yourself and developing that side of yourself. And if that's the case, enjoy. Looks like you're in the right spot. We'll also see if they pop back up in your reading. Sometimes that happens as well. So what does Virgo need to know for the month of July? Virgo, month of July. That just flipped over, the 5 of Cups. There could be a feeling of a little dissatisfaction there. And then we have the 2 of Fire. Where do I go from here? Making a new plan. So I'm just going to concentrate a little bit. I'm waiting for that little feeling that occurs when I'm shuffling, thinking about your reading. Virgo need to know for July. Virgo. There it is. I love it. That's, you know, I was reading when I was a teenager. I'm now in my 40s, and in my teens, that used to happen to me when I read tarot, and it used to actually really worry me. I was like, why am I getting a tingling sensation in my arms and my hands? And now I'm like, duh, of course I know why, because it means I have to stop shuffling. So 6 card spread for you this month. Underlying energy, of course, we pull from the bottom of the deck. This is the 5 of Pentacles coming out for you. Let's get the other cards out. I will give a little snapshot of all these cards together, and then we will look at each card in its respective position. Wow, look at all these cups. Virgo, you're not thinking with your heart this month, are you? There's a lot going on in your emotional world this month, Virgo. I'm actually pretty happy about that for you. Great deal of development here. Celebration. Again, this is just a little snapshot. We're looking like a message of love. Celebration. Soulmates. Excuse me. Nostalgia. Longing. This could even be fear. Fear of loss. Fear of longing. Fear of getting what you want and it not being what you needed or wanted. or even what it was advertised as, so to speak. And then, of course, the Five of Pentacles, you know, feeling left out, rejected. The underlying energy is, it's so weird because we had that Ten of Pentacles. I think that there could be a little bit of emphasis this month on, and again, it could have been that you have to spend some money, you have to spend some time, you have to do something you don't necessarily want to. You could be forced to reject something, or someone will be forced to reject something about you. This could be actual grief. Feeling left out in the cold. Sorrow. As with all fives, though, there is always a beautiful solution. There is always an equal give and take that follows this. This could even feel like an imbalance of give and take right now. Just because the Six of Pentacles follows, as you know, the Five, and the Six is all about balance, okay? Even the Six of any suit, but the Six of Pentacles especially. It's all about give and take, whether that's universal, relationships, business, healthcare, okay? Whatever that is or means to you. Something feels a little bit imbalanced or out of whack. There's a lack, there's a loss, there's some grief. But there is something available to you. The Ten of Wands does follow this, which is the heart of the reading. This is a weight on your shoulders. I do think that there is a little bit I know this is a weird layout and I recognize even when I learned this, I was like, this is weird. This is a past energy card. This position is past energy. So by all respects, in relation to the spread, this card could even come before this. So this could look like this, okay? Like as a story, this would read like this. Message of love, a connection of the heart, flirtation, the beginning of something emotionally beautiful, divine. There could be an element of what feels like divinity here. We do have the soulmates card in your couldn't think of the word, the future position here. I just feel very strongly here right now that something could be temporarily denied to you. Relationship status, love affair, messages of love, being either spoken to or heard, spoken to by a lover or being heard from by a lover. I hope that makes sense. Someone could be, something might have been moving very quickly and has had some sort of halt, a temporary, okay? This is, listen, anytime we're dealing anything under 7, frankly, in my view, not everyone may read like this. Anything under 7 is extremely temporary energy, okay? Pages and aces not included. I want to add that because the aces are always source energy. It's the aces are different. Pages are, it's like pages are able to carry out that message. And if you'll remember from the Rider-Waite Tarot, for example, the page has the ability to translate messages of love, right? With the bibble fish and its little cup. So, and very often the artwork includes a little cup. So you're either being offered this or you were offering it to someone else. It preceded feeling left out or rejected here. I just feel, especially with this at the end of the month for you, I just don't think you're getting exactly what you anticipated, expected, assumed, desired, was promised. I don't think it's necessarily going to be taken away from you permanently here. I do think this energy will be resolved at the end of the month, but it does move you into August. If this has anything to do, for example, Virgo, with something not being said, okay, and it's peculiar, I know, you might even say this right now, like, I don't see any swords there. What are you talking about? It's because nostalgia, soulmates, party, messages of love. So either someone needs to be reminded of something, or someone needs to accept things the way they are right now because you've already been told or you've already expressed to somebody else. There's almost like a level of acceptance here, an inability to accept something here, longing for the days of yore. Longing for things sometimes, may not apply to every Virgo right now, that you had dreamed of or yearned for, or even were promised that never even happened. That's another element here with the Six of Cups as well. It's not a negative position. It's not a negative card. It doesn't mean, there's nothing bad about any of this. It's just, most simply and succinctly put right now, you are not getting exactly what you wanted and it feels like a burden. Okay? Especially because when everything is in its respective position, but I always read lengthwise. Okay? A celebration has been halted. Soulmates. A soulmate situation, and only you can define that, okay? It feels like a burden right now, or has some element of a burden, or it can be burdensome, or there's a lot on your shoulders about it. And then with the nostalgia or longing, with this message of love. So, and a soulmate, as I always say, it doesn't have to be a sexual partner. Yes, it can be, of course. You decide according to your life and circumstances, you get to decide that. But a soulmate can be an animal. It can be a best friend. It can be a family member. Okay, so let's get into each card in its position. I've pretty much gone through everything here, I think, but let's just do this in detail. I like showing the artwork as well. So as I mentioned, the underlying energy is the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a little bit of a letdown here. There's some grief. Because it's Pentacles, of course, we know that we're dealing in the world of the five senses. So there could be a physical letdown, right? Maybe this lover didn't come through for you. Maybe you didn't get what they had promised you. Maybe, like I mentioned, a celebration or a party, or even a reunion here has been put on hold temporarily. So, and I'm not even saying this is your case, but I want to throw this out there as well, that sometimes things that have been put on hold or kept from us, even when we really want them, sometimes it's for our own good. I just want to put that, like, sometimes a rejection is the universe's way of saying, not now, but for good reason. You'll figure it out eventually, etc. Another theme I want to throw out very quickly is anytime we have a three, basically, of anything, there could be a third party. There could be someone who's upsetting a reunion here. There could be someone else who's getting in the way of a love message. There could be, you could be entertaining two different lovers, two different messages of love. Or someone could be doing that to you. Just want to throw that out there, just because I do see the celebration card under the grief. Here with the Ten of Wands, this is a really big, heavy load on your shoulders, but it also means that something is almost over. Anytime we're dealing with tens, we're dealing with the closure of something. Something is about to come to an end. A theme, a phase, possibly a love affair, who knows? or one stage or phase of a love affair. Look at all this water. Holy smokes. Don't often see this, I'll be honest with you. This burden needs to be put down, okay? And it is the heart of the reading, so something feels like, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the reading for you, there feels like a lot of perhaps kind of like deja vu, or this has already happened energy over the next, I would say easily 2 months for you. So it's almost just like, really, I've already been here, or I've already done this, or I thought this was over. Try to have some patience with yourself during this period. Do find out what the retrograde planets mean for your sign and the signs of individuals in your personal world right now. It could help explain some of this. But again, this is a closure. It's a completion. So I do think that something, the heart of the reading, it's like you get to put that burden down. You get to relax soon. As I mentioned, we do have this as past energy, and I mentioned this is a message of love, past energy here. It could even been that it was well received, it was mutual, everything was right about it, but it took a turn, right? There was some grief, loss, disappointment. It's more than a disappointment. The Five of Cups is a disappointment, which isn't here, right? Five of Pentacles is, which is, it's kind of like a woe is me situation here with this heavy 10 after it. 10 to 1, it's about a message of love here. And I can't emphasize enough, this does not have to be about a love partner. Could be about a parent, okay? It could be about a child. Someone you're extremely got a heart attachment to. Here with your present energy, of course, is the celebration. So it could very well switch for you mid-month, okay? Especially because we have future energy, which is, as you know, the soulmates card here with the Two of Cups, right? True equality. So present and future is a celebration around a soulmate. So, I mean, things could very easily switch quite quickly for you if you're willing to, lay down that burden and perhaps get back in touch with this person, or reinvent your message, or reassert your message, or, don't hide in this energy, if at all, if you can, Virgo, because I do think that there is a positive outcome here. There is a celebration that can occur here of the heart. As I said, here in the future is the Two of Cups. This is glorious energy. These are just adorable paintings, by the way. But as you remember from the Rider-Waite Tarot artwork, for example, these two individuals, sometimes they're men and women, sometimes they're the same sex, but they're the same height. They're looking exactly in each other's eyes. They are offering a cup of something to each other. So there is a really beautiful balance there, and present and future. So something really glorious does await you here. The advice card is the longing. It's the nostalgia, right? With the Six of Cups here. So the advice is maybe don't get caught up in the nostalgia. Don't get caught up in the past. Expectations would be another way to frame this as well. Be really clear about what it is that you need and want and desire and deserve, as well as being able to give and provide, okay? The mutuality here is really important. The give and take. And the advice card is for the person, or the partner as it were, or the soulmate, to be very realistic when it comes to you and the relationship with you as well. There's also there's an element of sadness here, okay? I don't want to skip over that as well. I think when we're dealing with nostalgia or sentimentality or longing, that can be painful, okay? And it could even be, yes, there's an element of the heart here, but the nostalgia isn't exactly great, okay? It doesn't even have to be like first class loving nostalgia. It can be like when I recall this situation or this relationship, holy smokes, that deception card just flew out. It gives me this feeling, and I want to move forward, but there's an insecurity there. That advice card is an insecurity card. Nostalgia. I think it would be a really nice month for you, Virgo, to put your feelings, even if someone else doesn't read it right now, even if you don't share it with somebody else, although I do think it's a good idea if you do. If you're safe, I think you should feel safe about that first. But I think get out those feelings first and foremost on paper, in a recording, with a friend over a tea. 2 came out for you there. Holy smokes, though. Seriously? My gosh. Okay, so first card that came out of the medicine card deck is the owl. This is the deception card. We're dealing with the 3. This is our second 3. 3s are celebrations, but 3s are also a third party. Someone is carrying an element of deception. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be used against you. It just means that something is being hidden. Could be you hiding from someone else. Okay, only you know that. This is the card of witches and sorcerers and occultists. There could be extremely high occult energy here. If this has nothing to do with a relationship of any sort, and this is all about a spiritual growth, I would pay attention to sensations, pay attention to feelings. Your intuition should be on target this month. Trust your intuition right now, Virgo. Heed higher signs. Heed the flight patterns and behaviors of birds and the winged world. That's insects, birds. Insects and birds. Anything winged, pay attention to that. Keep your mind and heart open to messages that are available to you. A nice way to do that is just to ask, what do I need to know? And I think it will be made available to you. Also pay attention to things that happen at night. How do you feel at night? What are your dreams like? Are you remembering your dreams? Are you having visions? But it's curious because this is a very emotional reading, and this is saying trust your intuition, which in my view is even a slightly different thing. I think our emotions, our intuition can be subdued by our emotions, right? I've had this personally happen to myself many, many times. You know something on a deep, deep level, and it's the opposite of what your emotions are saying because you're caught up. There's, especially if it has to do with love or romance or what's it called? Like a childhood energy, like a nostalgia, like a yearning or a longing, or a not having, or a rejection or a grief. There's a sense of like that becomes so emotionally mature and developed that it overrides even our intuition. So maybe try to balance that this month. Pay attention to the intuition. It may very, very well be in opposition to your emotions. So just a little project for yourself this month. Now we have some very curious cards jumping out just because they really are at odds with one another from my perspective. So all Virgos watching, this could make total sense to you. I sincerely hope it does. So one of them is pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you as, okay, so doubling up on your intuition. Please, please, please pay attention to your intuition. Try not to get carried away with your emotions. Obviously pay attention to them and honor them. But I think very strongly that this is in direct association here with the Six of Cups. Okay, pay attention to the red flags. Not everything is the way it seems. There could be an element, an overarching element of nostalgia or yearning or longing or sentimentality here that isn't measuring up in the real world. And then this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And here I'm going to relate this to the Two of Cups. Yes, this could be a creative energy card, and this could be a non-sexual soulmate person in your life. I will always say that because it's just the nature of the beast. Not everyone has love affairs, and not everyone's soulmate is their lover. So this could be the one. So don't discount your emotions, but really I would say for the month of July, what I'm seeing clearly here is I think the intuition needs to rule even over the emotions this month, okay? A burden needs to be let go of. Don't carry anything longer than it needs to be. If this has to do, something just occurred to me, if this has to do, okay, a burden can be a secret. A burden can be, I don't know what else to call it right now except for a secret. And it doesn't matter if you're protecting yourself or someone else, and it's not even a judgment call. It's neither here nor there. But this is becoming a burden. It's becoming heavy. So it's time to drop that maybe. Anyway, that is your reading for the month. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope, as always, that it was helpful. I love your comments, so let me know how this worked out for you. I wish you all the best, Virgo. Take excellent care. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Until then, bye for now.